Hi, it's Tim Hagen from Progress Coaching, and welcome to another episode of Coaching Conversations. And I wanted to make you aware of something very cool that we're doing on a subscription basis, and we'll put a link in each one of our episodes. But every Wednesday, we're going to be doing what we call an audio podcast workshop. That workshop will be roughly about 14 to maybe 20 minutes per episode, with each month having a theme from a coaching model, using feedback strategically, to coaching self-awareness, and so on. So if you could look in the body or in the content description of each episode, and you will see a link where you can join this subscription. These are literally 4 workshops every month, teaching specific strategies to address a particular area of workplace coaching, as it relates, again, to things like awareness, motivation, teamwork, and what have you. Here's the cool thing. It's only $10 per month, and each month you will get a handout that we will follow along with. So we also give you a tool for you to take notes as we go through each episode. We hope you'll check it out.
When having coaching career conversations, we have to ask ourselves why. And I think about McKinsey, who did a great study in Q4 of 2022, talking about career development and career coaching, that 41% of people today in the workplace were looking for jobs due to low or a lack of career development conversations or career development opportunities. So it begs the question, how do we have these conversations? Now, we live by something here at Progress Coaching, and we talk about never, ever, ever try to motivate until you first understand what motivates. So if I'm motivating someone to a job and the person's kind of like, I don't really like this job, it's okay, yet I want to become a future leader, or I want to work more with marketing or data analytics, even though my intentions are good and great, I've fallen short because I don't know what they want, the whiff, what's in it for them. Now, if I'm coaching someone who wants to go into marketing and data analytics, and they're in a job they kind of like, the conversation could go as follows. Well, Mark, assuming that we do a great job in your current role and it positions us to tell a great story, how do you think that could manifest itself into an opportunity for marketing and data analytics? What that does is it ties both situations together. So first and foremost, we have to understand, what is the motivator? And we have to ask questions. Here are some questions you can use. What motivates you? What does your end game look like? What's your desired state? What's your next move look like? What would you love to be doing? What would you like to be doing? What would you like to potentially have taken off your plate that you wouldn't like to be doing futuristically? You have to get a snapshot of what they want or where they want to go as best you can. Sometimes it takes multiple conversations woven together. Now, with that being said, what that does is it presents a very unique opportunity. And that opportunity is to get them also thinking. Questions trigger different responses, different thought processes. Neurologically, it gets them thinking differently. So if I go up to someone and say, well, Mark, if you do this job, you can get promoted. And Mark's thinking to himself, I don't even like this job and I don't want to get promoted. I don't want to be a people leader. It's like two ships passing in the dark. My intentions are great, yet it's not in congruence with where he wants to go. Versus saying, Mark, what do you love about your current job? What do you like about your current job? Potentially, what would you like to have taken off your plate as it relates to your current job? And if Mark says, I like my job, I'm not sure there's anything I really love, well, that means, he's probably not going to be in that position for much longer. And then when you ask, well, what would you like to be doing? What would you love to be doing? And he starts to describe it, you now can actually bridge that gap. You can build the bridge. And what you then do is you create a more motivated employee in their present state, even though it's not going to be for long potentially, yet it creates a representation of your leadership brand. We have to ask questions. Here are the questions again. What's your end game? What motivates you? What do you want to be doing? What would you love to be doing you're not doing now? What would you like to be doing that you're not doing as much of right now? And what those do is it gives you an understanding, yet it also triggers their thought process. Questions are the key to understanding motivation and career development aspirations. Thank you for listening to another episode of Coaching Conversations by Tim Hagan and Progress Coaching. Now, our company is always coming out with new and innovative solutions to help leaders coach their employees. And recently, we just created a new service called Coach to You, where leaders can pick and choose topics and assign 7 to 21 day programs for employees to learn and, more importantly, apply actions and then reflect and share what they're going to do going forward as a result of the learning. It's called Coach to You. We're literally bringing coaching to your employees. If you're intrigued, we'll have a link in each one of our episodes where you can get more information. And again, thank you so much for listening to another episode.